Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, California, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com. And this is the Nerdrotic Nooner live stream where we just chat. That's basically what we do. I lay out some topics on the table. You like them, you may not like them. That's cool. But I mainly want to hear what you think about stuff. And there's not a ton of stuff to really talk about except for Comic-Con. And hello everybody in the chat. How you doing? Getting lots of hellos. Hello Doug34, Mary Ashmead, Movie Fanobi, Feisty Fan, Blondie Lady. I'll crawl up there eventually some more. Let's see, John Bellman, hello. Kevin, how are you? How's it going, everybody? So today we're going to talk about Comic-Con a little bit because I'm getting ready to go there. Actually was supposed to be leaving today, decided to leave tomorrow because I have to pick up some things because I'm putting together a makeshift studio in the hotel room I'm staying in. So you get what kind of looks like what we have here. You know, you guys come to expect a certain amount of background from our videos, and I plan to deliver. And yes, I'm going to be taking some of these down with me. That's crazy, but hey, it's fun. That's what I want to do. So we'll let some more people roll in. I also wanted to oh, thanks Blizzard Boy. It's I got my shirt in Hawaii. I got my shirt in Hawaii. I wanted to stall as long as possible because Random Gamer User 42 is doing a live stream with Doomcock. And I did not want to compete with them. So you're awesome too, Feisty Fan. Thank you. Thank you. So I tried to let it go as long as I could, but and I actually would have put it off more, but I have, again, some stuff to do today before I take off to Comic-Con. I don't know how many of you out there have been to Comic-Con. I don't know if you ever have the desire to go. If you are a fan of pop culture and comic books, that is still the place to go. The question I asked in the description, if you read it, is it still the event it once was? The answer is no, it is not. There's a lot of absent shows, TV shows this year, shows that we cover. Just off the top of my head, American Gods, Mr. Robot, Counterpart, The Tick will be there. Westworld, Game of Thrones. That's a lot of big shows that aren't showing up. The Expanse is going to be there, at least the head writer. Oh, thank you, John Bellman. Can't wait for all the Comic-Con streams and videos. Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. There's still plenty to show, but you know, the MCU is not going to be there. Thank you again, John Bellman. $20. Wow. I don't get used to that stuff. Okay. Kind of throws me for a loop. Okay, where was I now? Yeah, so there's a lot of big things not there. Star Wars in a large way is not going to be there. There's two events I do want to see, one for pure love and one for pure cringe. So there is this Dave Filoni is going to be doing a Clone Wars panel, and apparently there's going to be some kind of closure with the Clone Wars. They hinted towards not a finale episode, but some sort of closure. I don't know what it is. I cannot wait. And the cringeworthy one is there is going to be a dramatized Poe Dameron court martial. And in one of the smaller rooms, I think it's in the morning, and oh God, I'm going to that. Oh yes, I am not going to miss that for the freaking world. I will try to video it for you all. Oh, that'll be fun. I promise I won't cause any trouble there. These are nice people putting on a production. I'm not going to go screw it up or anything, but what happens after that, you know, it's kind of like me here. I put myself out there on a live stream. I am open to all criticism, and that is fine. Thank you, Dakota Stanton. I've only been to Chicago Comic-Con, WizardCon, and DragonCon for Stargate panel. Both good cons. As a matter of fact, I want to go to the Chicago one really bad. So I might skip San Diego next year to go to either Chicago or New York. Because I mean, I still like going to Comic-Con for comic books. I know, crazy, right? And there still is a lot of comic books there. There is, but you're not getting like good prices or anything. That's kind of, I'm kind of a price hunter with that stuff. But I like walking the floor. I like meeting artists, going to inkers and buying original art for cheap. That's kind of my thing to do. Yes, yes. Oh my God, a Farscape fan. Yes, we are lacking. Oh, Viking bitch is here. I have the next 2.5 hours to kill. Got smart and went to the library. Nice book reader. What's up, JP? Oh, I want to see the fan revolt against Discovery at Comic-Con. Yeah, I'm going to wait for a couple more people to wait for some time, JP, and then I'm going to talk about why I think so many shows are missing. There's a lot of reasons, okay? There's a lot of reasons. There's for one, they don't make any money off these events. They can promote it's a big commercial and it's basically to show off your wares, but they don't see any they being the movie studios, comic book companies, they don't see any return. Comic-Con is so expensive to fly people out to San Diego in the middle of summer. Just to give you an idea, a lot of people around the country probably go, why does San Diego give Comic-Con such a hard time? Why does Comic-Con have to renegotiate all the time and threaten to leave? It's because San Diego has said in no uncertain terms they don't need them. It's a destination, it's a tourism city, and they get the highest their hotel rooms. It's the hoteliers who are causing all this trouble, by the way. So they get maximum amount of money for their hotel rooms no matter what, and they have to cut deals with Comic-Con for blocks of hotel rooms, and they have 5 and 6 people staying in a hotel room and lying about it and stuff, when they can get a family of 4 paying, $1,400 a night at the Hilton anyway without Comic-Con. So they don't, their attitudes, they don't need it. Screw the hoteliers, by the way. Never liked them. They run San Diego just like the casino owners run Vegas. Okay. They decide who the mayor is. That's how that town's run. It's purely tourism. And yeah, that's what kind of sucks. So, but okay, so the companies don't make a ton of money going there. They show off their wares, and that's cool. And hopefully they get fans talking about it, but it's been proven that, just because something's big at con doesn't necessarily go out into the real world and become a big thing. Now, when it comes to the divided fans, it is worse now than ever. To deny this fact would to be denying reality. And it is largely the companies who are doing this. They are fanning the flames. Fans will be fans. Fans are going to do what they're going to do. They have always been like this. We can just talk to each other now. It's much easier. But this toxic label is bullshit. Okay. There's always been nasty fans, but they're a minority. And there's always been very passionate fans. Again, minority. The largest portion of fans is the normies. All right. Love them or hate them, they pay for everything. They've pretty much invaded con 10 years ago. That's when the normies really started going. What con used to be is a Comic-Con. About 15 years ago, it used to be just a regular Comic-Con. And with lots of comics, and occasionally you get a movie thing there once in a while. But it's been in the last 15 years where it started blowing up. It's proximity to Hollywood. And comics had become cool. This Comic-Con, girls did not used to go to Comic-Con. Very few used to go, and I'm not even going to count like what we used to be called the booth babe. Girls started coming around a little bit right around when Twilight showed up. Now, I if we want to blame Twilight for that, that's up to you, but it was kind of a coincidence. But not all girls like Twilight. Okay, it's not about that. It's also the movies started getting more popular, so it all happened around the same time, and that is a good thing. It is definitely a good thing. But the reason the girls stayed away was there's tons of reasons. Probably there's it was just basically comics was a boys thing. A guy's thing that changed. So, and it's been very peaceful there up until even last year. It's one of the most welcoming places in the world. We got all kinds there, and that's what the fans at Comic-Con have always been like this. They've always been an open, welcome fan base. They'll critique each other on what they like, but they won't get into personal attacks and stuff. It's been a fucking cool place to go. Always was. I've always had a good time. I have not seen fights on the floor or anything. I've seen some, some security guards, throwing some people out, but like it's, with that many people in one place, I have never seen harassment, a fight, maybe an argument between a husband and wife. I mean, and a lot of bitching retailers. Retailers tend to bitch the most. It's a pretty friendly place. It might be different this year. Maybe that's why some of the places are going to stay away. I would recommend Rian Johnson go to Comic-Con this year. He might not have a good experience. And he might find out that it's not just a small minority of fans who are unhappy with his work. He might find out it's most everybody. Star Trek Discovery is going to be there. I don't know if somebody's going to be brave enough to go up and ask him some tough questions. I think that'll be interesting to see. I think they'll mostly be amongst friends, but I'm very curious to see how big the divide is. And I think this will be a good measure of it in real life, as they say, IRL. And I'm going to go to a few panels. There are some what I like to call the PBS panels in the beginning, which are well, you could just go look at the schedule, look at every panel before noon, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this is even a thing or if it's just a Twitter thing and just a YouTube thing and nobody gives a shit, which is a possibility. I don't know. I didn't see much. I didn't see anything last year. All right. But this is all this fan revolt stuff has really gotten big in the last, I'd say, last calendar year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's get to the chat. Again, thank you, John Bellman. New York, Mario went to New York Comic-Con, East Coast 6 years ago. Oh, 6 years going and counting. Yeah, New York Comic-Con has really come up to be a solid number 2, Mario, and possibly could overtake San Diego. I think if there's one con that can do it, it's New York. Glad to see Viking Bitch can make it too, John Bellman. I thought she was going to work today. Yeah, cringe indeed, Ray Rain. Yeah, that trial, that Poe Dameron trial is going to be. Can't wait to go see that. We used to go out and back, and they do the LARPing thing. All right, they have like a stairway, and on top of the stairway, there's like a big patio, and they would have jousters and guys like fighting, and we'd lay bets on them. Yeah, I remember that one day. I think I lost like $150 betting on this one guy. All right. First time catching you live. I found you from Farscape reviews. Yes, right on. And really like your work. When do you think you'll be doing the next Farscape review? Kevin Bates, again, welcome and thank you for watching the Farscape reviews suggested by Viking Bitch. Our next one will be season 1 with Feisty Fan, who is right there in the chat with you. And Comics Division and Viking Bitch is going to be joining us, and that'll be in 2 weeks. Okay, so it's going to be a Monday evening. We'll try to make it early. 2 weeks from today. Yeah. Now, so the JP asks again. I read this before. Was I want to see the fan revolt against Discovery at Comic-Con? I kind of do too. I want to see it. I don't know if we will. I don't know if I'm going to have to be the one to go up there and ask an uncomfortable question. The floor is open for suggestions. Okay. I would like to ask a question that is subtle, biting, but won't get me kicked out. Like I could walk up and just going, when is it going to stop sucking? Something like that, but something a little more, fourth dimensional, you know what I mean? And the thing is, I don't really want to I wouldn't want to embarrass like the actors or anything. I'd really want to go after the writers. That's it. And mainly the producers. If Kurtzman was up there, I'd love to ask him a question. I would basically ask him, why do you suck so much? The Star Trek is, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be a lot of fun to eviscerate if it's bad. I mean, if it turns around, if it's good, I'll be the first one to admit it. and say I was wrong, and then enjoy good Star Trek, which is what we want. Which is what we want. I think all the basis of all these fan revolts. There's a lot of accusations out there that are very straw man and based on very small groups. So we like to go to extreme, calling them toxic fans and racist and blah blah blah. When the vast majority is just people who want better stuff. All right. They don't not want people in it. They don't not want diversity. They want better stuff. On the other side, uh, it's easy to attack when you do make personal attacks. So when either side makes personal attacks, it undercuts everybody's argument because the provocateurs in this can latch onto that and really just run that narrative all day. And the thing is, we have a lot of provocateurs in here. And while they're good at getting attention for stuff, they're not good for carrying the argument to a solution. Which is where we're going to have to get, or the thing is just going to break. And I don't think anybody wants that. But yeah, like, with the whole comic book thing right now, at the heart of it is people just want better comic books. But that thing is split into so many different things that, yeah, it's, and I think it's kind of long gone, in my opinion. I live in Arizona. It would have cost over $1,000 to attend, says Alexis Valens. Yeah, that is it's gotten too expensive. That is without a doubt. Like the ticket itself for 4 days, $250 isn't that bad. It's just finding a place to stay. And you really got to work hard. If you do like a year in advance and you got a camper, there is a KOA, I believe, in Chula Vista that's pretty close, and that's cheap, but that thing gets booked up and it's got full hookups and everything. And it'd almost be easier to rent a motorhome or a trailer, go to a KOA, or go to a hotel that's 20 miles away. And in terms of San Diego, everything is 20 miles away. It's like a really big, wide place. So it's not that bad. And they have the coaster now. It takes a little work, but you can. I found a hotel room, but it's still costing me. Yeah, this was a discount. You're right, Alexis. It's costing me $1,000, and that's for 5 days. I mean, not a night, but I mean, yeah, the whole thing is costing me $1,000. That's still a lot of money. That's a lot of paper. I'm close to finishing Cibola Burn, says the Sailing Coconut. Nice. I'll be caught up on book reviews. Our next Expanse book review will be Wednesday morning. And then I'll be caught up, and then we're going to do, it'll be a week and a half later, we'll do Cibola Burn. I like Cibola Burn. A lot of people don't. It's Abaddon's Gate is pretty damn good. The Michio Pa character annoys the hell out of me. I gotta admit that. Like every time she is in, I can't stand that character, but I think it's written that way. So then, congratulations. I'm annoyed. Of course, work calls just when I want to talk about Farscape. I'm going to be here for a while, Viking bitch. It's okay. I love it. Cibola Burn is amazing, says the Sailing Coconut. Yeah. I mean, we can't, we'll just nod and without spoiling and just go, yes, it's amazing. It's got so many cool things in it. It is a tense book. I'd say it's the most tense book since the Leviathan Wakes from the Expanse. It's just like one thing after another. It's like, whoa, it's kind of like Lost in Space, except it makes sense. Have the 5th book, haven't started it yet. Freaking Doug 34, freaking love the 5th book. Okay, Nemesis Games is my favorite book. Nemesis Games, without spoiling anything, is where you finally get into the head of all the Rocinante crew members. First book where, you just focus on the crew, essentially. And it's so good. I think I was kind of wondering why they haven't gone back to that. I think they're going to go back to that later. I think they're saving that for later. I really hated stepping on random gamer users 42 stream. She is part of the family. She's trying to change her channel format. She had freaking Doomcock on. So if like you guys want to go watch, my feelings will not be hurt. I really tried to wait. And I'll reach out to them so that doesn't happen again, because I feel kind of terrible. Is Movie Fanobi in here? What's up, Movie Fanobi? Dakota Stanton says, make good stuff people make. Wait a second. Okay, I can't read. Sorry, I'll start over. Make good stuff people make shit people don't. It's amazing how hard that concept is, right? Make good stuff. Okay, that's it. Just make fucking good stuff. It is not hard to make good stuff, but at least try. What they're not doing is trying. What they're doing is they know they're putting out shit. And then when we complain about it, we're getting called pretty fucking horrible names. Alex Becker, love him or hate him, put out a fantastic video breaking down why a certain game programmer got fired after talking shit to a fan on Twitter. And this, I hate people getting fired for saying stuff on Twitter. But you need to, this is common sense. I feel stupid telling you people this because you all know this, but this will be for the one person who doesn't. If I'm sitting here, like I've done in the past, with a Tesla shirt on, I am representing Tesla. It doesn't matter if I'm on the clock or not. Like, I am representing Tesla. So I better watch what I say, because they could fire me. And they'd have every right to do that. I wouldn't be happy about it, but they have every right as a company. I recognized this pretty early on at my comic shop. If you were going to put my comic shop's name on your Facebook or on your Twitter, you have to watch what you say. And you weren't allowed to get political. So if you were allowed to get political, if you took my comic shop name off your social media, that was the deal. I don't really enforce that now with Nerdrotic. I might in the future, but yeah, it's something like I don't want somebody else's politics representing my business, period. So, and attacking fans, like I get stuttery because I can't get my fucking head around why people would attack fans. Well, I know why. It's unbelievable. It's selfish narcissism. That's the reason. It is and it's nothing beyond that. It's beyond selfish to, like Alex Becker said in his video, when you talk shit about your work that you just left, you are hurting your friends who you were working with chance to make money. So you're not thinking about the people you worked with who were your friends or your coworkers, fellow human beings. All right. If you got a beef with the boss, say it to the boss. Tell him right to his face, or her right to her face. This constant berating fans is unbelievable. But it's also, part of the deal in Hollywood is narcissism. I get that, and that's part of being an artist. And like some parts of it can even be charming. Okay. But really, I don't care how bad the fans get. Don't ever engage, ever take the high road every time, and you'll win. They'll be talking to nobody. They'll go away eventually. And that's it. Ryan Johnson coming out and like equating freaking Star Wars, the Star Wars stuff to Comicsgate and Gamergate is, there's been a ton of videos on it. It's so inaccurate and disingenuous. They're nothing alike. And I hate bringing down the nooner talking about this shit, but I'm about to go experience it. Hopefully I don't experience it. Hopefully I can come back on Wednesday and go, you know what? I'm not seeing any of this shit. But that would also kind of disappoint me because I want some of this shit to get results. I want our stuff to be better. I don't care who's in it. I don't care what they look like. I just want it to be better. And like, yeah, Star Trek Discovery to shove that crap down our throat and tell us it's good and we're idiots or worse for not liking it. Yeah, hell no. I'm not going to put up with that crap anymore. We are paying customers, and that comes to fan entitlement too. So we always hear the fan entitlement. You fans feel so entitled. Well, we aren't entitled to shit. That's right. But for those of us who actually pay our hard-earned money for stuff, I think we are owed a certain amount of respect. All right, that's it. just a certain amount of common decency, respect. That's it. We're not entitled to your story. We aren't entitled to your character, but we are owed. Paying customers are owed a certain amount of respect. And if that's something you don't think as a creator, then man, make your own stuff and go do that and see how well you do. Okay. If you have a problem with any of that, then maybe you're not in the right field. Because pop culture, mass produced art is retailing. Okay, you're a salesman. Have you seen the Aquaman poster? What do you think? I have seen the Aquaman poster. Let's take a look. I just want to point out something, and this is not a judgment. This is not. It is kind of interesting though, that here we are on 2018 on a Monday. It is July 16th. And we are looking at, I'm going to show you art from an Aquaman movie and a Hawk and Dove in a show in Titans. And if you just said that 15 years ago that we're actually getting a Aquaman movie that isn't, like being made fun of in Entourage or a serious Hawk and Dove, I would have thought you were insane. But there it is. Dennis posted it right there on our Facebook page. Please check us out at Nerdrotic podcast Facebook page. And yeah, it looks it looks pretty cool actually. I this could be good. I saw the Fisher King and some of the costume there, and that was kind of rad. I kind of liked it. Home is calling. Dude, bro, Aquaman. What's up, bro? Yep, it looks pretty good. I don't know. What did you guys think of him in Justice League? I thought he was okay. I think they need to pump the brakes on the bro Aquaman a little bit. But I think James Wan is a good director, and I think it's cool. But here's Hawk. From Hawk and Dove. That's okay. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Hawk and Dove would not be my first choice or my 100th choice for anything in television, but that's a pretty cool looking costume. It's very comic booky. So we'll see. It's very unfortunate that those other pictures went out of the Titans, of Starfire and stuff. And man, that put a black mark on it big time. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I want DC to do well. I really do. I want DC to pick up the mantle from Marvel and run with it for another 10 years. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but they have a chance. They have a chance. I love DC. I kind of like the direction they're going. They're going to start doing one-offs. I don't know. It could be good. Okay, man, I hate it when my chat skips. I got to go way back up here. Okay, where was I? Oh, there it is right there. All right. I think if you can make I think if you can make it to DNA mad scientist and like what is it? And like it I think if you can make it to DNA mad, I can't understand this. Sorry, Viking bitch, I can't read. My comprehension level is very low right now. I got no sleep last night. Hey, what's up, Brian Smart? Hey, everyone. Has anyone heard of Star Trek Outpost podcast? It's a weekly hour-long audio drama. I have not, Brian Smart, but I will check it out. I like Outpost because I used to own the comic Outpost. I love that. Going down. Sorry for the silence there, audio listeners. A lot of talk about Farscape in there. Farscape is something we're covering. I have just recently started watching Farscape, and I love it. I don't know why it took me so damn long. In order to get anyone into Farscape is that they have to understand Jim Henson's vision of that show and watched his earlier creations so they can fully enjoy it, says DLM Master. Yeah, the puppets is the hardest part about Farscape, and I had no problem with it. First episode, I was like, okay, but I'm a huge fan of Jim Henson and Dark Crystal, so I think that's a very good point. I think that's actually a really good point. But in your years as a Farscape fan, Viking bitch, how many people have tried it and just like, nah, don't like it? Is it 50-50, or do the majority end up liking it? Or do the most people just don't want to start it? That's my question. Oh my God. What the hell? Hang on. We have a development here. Why can't I see my super chat little clicker thing? What's going on? Wow. From Graffater. On that note about Farscape, have you seen the new? Have you saw Lex? I wonder. Have you seen Lex? I wonder. Thank you for the 100. Is that rubles? I don't know what a RUB is. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I have not seen Lex. I need to though, because you are not the first person who has asked, and I generally, when more than 10 people ask me something, I probably should check it out. So I will check it out because of your generous donation and get back to you. How about, let's say, a week? Okay. So I'll get back to you next Monday. Or no, it can't be next Monday. It'll be 2 weeks, because next Monday there will be no nooner because I'm driving home. John Bellman, another $10, John Bellman. Jesus. John Bellman is wonderful. All right. And generous and cool. And we are lucky to have you in the family, John. Your thoughts on Into the Spider-Verse? I am looking forward to Spider-Man being a mentor. John Bellman, Into the Spider-Verse is the thing I'm looking forward to the most this year, period. I mean, of anything. As an old Spider-Man fan, Spider-Man, I used to live, breathe, walk Spider-Man all the time. My love for Spider-Man waned because of Marvel Comics' treatment of the character. I gave up reading Spider-Man at issue 600. I was done. I walked out. I have every issue of Spider-Man up to that point, and I'm talking all the side issues, foreign reprints, got it all. This, like, I don't know, it reinvigorated my love for Spider-Man. Seeing that version of Peter, seeing Peter older as a mentor, and that was something I wanted when they introduced Miles Morales. What I wanted, when I knew they would eventually bring Miles Morales into 616, and I'm like, make him Spider-Man's Robin. What's the one thing, we've already screwed the pooch on Spider-Man's been an Avenger. I didn't like Spider-Man being Avenger either. Okay. I like Spider-Man being on his own. But since we've already made him Avenger, let's do something different. Let's give him a sidekick or somebody to mentor, if we don't want to call it a sidekick. And I thought Miles Morales would have been perfect. And we're finally getting this in this movie. So, and I love the comic they were in too, Spider-Man, the first one. I thought that was really good. Miles Morales can be a good character when he's written well. Lately he has not been written well, but he has in the past. And I dig his costume, by the way. Dig his costume. So I cannot wait for that, John. Thank you so much. Cannot wait. All right, let's get back up there. And remember, if you guys want to hit me up for something directly, just tag at Nerdrotic channel so I can see it. Dakota Stanton says, if Aquaman fails, is the DCU gonna die? I would have said yes a year ago, Dakota, but I don't think it's Aquaman that fails. I think if like Shazam fails, yeah. They need 2 out of their next 3 movies to be hits, and they don't have to be runaway hits. They just need to be like legit good. Wonder Woman 2 has to be good as well. And then you get things going. We're going to get a lot of DC announcements at Comic-Con. There's a lot of panels that are mystery panels that just says WB property, and we don't know what it is, but it's in Hall H, so that means it's going to be a DC movie announcement. I predict we will get a Superman, Man of Steel 2 Superman announcement. And it doesn't look like that Henry Cavill stuff is really going to bury him, thank God, because I would have revolted over that. for the man just strictly saying like how he dates, which is his own goddamn business. John Bellman says, I love the Orville. It's Star Trek without the stick up its butt. It is. I adore the Orville. One of my biggest regrets with this channel was not covering every episode, but we'll make up for that. We will make up for that, John Bellman. Would you do reviews by disc instead of season? That way we could do 4 or 5 reviews per season instead of 1, says Kevin Bates on Farscape. That's actually kind of a good idea. The only problem here, okay, here's what I'll consider. There's stuff I can do. Titling, just behind the inside baseball shit with YouTube is titling. Okay, everything is how you title, and it's hard to title middle things. All right, so people will be attracted to Farscape season 1. Like, this is the first time 3 of these people are reviewing this. Or 2 of these people are reviewing this. This will be interesting. And plus, there's not a ton of Farscape stuff out there on YouTube. There needs to be more. But doing like review season 1, disc 2, and stuff. I think it's a great idea, and I would do that as a supplement. Like, so we would do season 1 on the channel, and then I'll go to Facebook or IGTV or somewhere else, and we can do small. We can get more detailed if you're open to that. That we can do. But I got to be careful what I put on the channel because of algorithm and stuff like that. But it is a good idea. Yes, Viking bitch. Go, the direct approach. She said, very true, Gary. Go to the person you're mad at. But so people don't do that. And Viking bitch, one of the biggest problems in America, besides the opioid epidemic, is self-esteem. Self-esteem is such a huge issue in this country. And it leads to a lot of the shit we're seeing, like silly shit. I mean, the divided fandom is starting to, like, normies are starting to notice it. And most of, I mean, go talk to your normie friends who like just, have seen Star Wars once and go, it's a movie, it's cute, whatever. And then try to explain them what's going on. Try to explain to them what's going on. And they'll just go, what? Why do you, what? Yeah. It's like, yeah, I've got to go do, heart bypass surgery. I don't have time for this shit. And it is a bit ridiculous. I love the fact that people still are passionate about enough. Like this stuff's my life. So I do feel that strongly about it. There's no other thing for me to do. All right. This isn't a passing fancy with me. This is my life. I've been involved in it since I was 5. I really don't know how to do much else other than like sell comic books. I can do this auto thing, but I don't want to do that the rest of my life. Yeah, it's and I'm grateful to have it, but this is my main thing, and I don't want this stuff to die because what the hell would I do? Kevin Bates, you are entitled to your opinions. Absolutely. I love that. We are entitled to our opinions. That is the fan entitlement that we are talking about. You're right. And if they can't handle it, that's part of the gig now. I've said that. I'll said it before and I'll say it again. If you want to be a screenwriter, a movie star, get involved in Hollywood, be part of the big show, this is part of your gig now. This isn't something you get to choose. It is you can choose to stay off social media completely, like some guy, like I think Tom Hardy does that. I think some other people do that. Or you get on social media and you are representing your brand, the company you work for, whatever movie you're on, and you can't have it. There's no like, oh, I'm this is my personal Twitter. No. No. I don't think so. I really do hope STD gets better. I did like the Mirror Universe part. First season did have inconsistencies, says Dante S. The Mirror Universe part was the better part. The Jonathan Frakes episode was the one closest I would consider to a Star Trek episode when they But I hope it gets better too. I do. I don't want it to be bad and suck and just complain about it all the time. That's not what I want out of it anyway. I want to watch good Star Trek and then recap the episode and have fun. Except for those Klingons, Nigel. The Klingons. I was reading Nigel's thing. There's the whole fandom menace thing with Star Wars. Sorry, I got something in my eye there. And I guess that's their hashtag. I was going to propose a hashtag for Star Trek Discovery. I'm just spitballing here, okay? I'm not like big on Twitter or proposing hashtags. It's not a thing I do. So if it's like too on the nose, you can tell me, and that's fine. If it sucks, you can tell me. But Star Trek Discovery, when they named their show, okay, they had to be aware. So I think what is a good cure? Well, you can't cure an STD, but what's a good treatment is penicillin. So if we have fanicillin, STD fanicillin, too on the nose. I don't know. That's something to think about. Fanicillin. Teen Titans looks good, says Steve Nyman. I hope it's good, Steve. The Robin looks amazing. Are you talking about like the Teen Titans Go movie? That I'm not going to watch. But if we're talking about Titans TV series, yes, I'm hoping that's really good. I'm excited for the DC streaming service. I think it's going to be cool. You get comic books and TV. I mean, that's everything we want. I'm sure. I mean, we nerds will find a way to complain about it. Trust me. But I can't wait to see Titans and fucking Doom Patrol. It's probably going to be CW'd a little bit. Hopefully they won't, go in the hallways too much and start talking about their feelings. Is the Steve Ditko estate getting money from Hawk and Dove? That's a good question, Steve. Probably not. Because when DC Comics and Warner Brothers officially changed their name to DC Entertainment, and that was in 2012, they screwed a lot of creators out of money because they became a new company, and therefore the deals changed. Go back and read the articles on that. It was a ginormous screw job. I think they backtracked on it, and DC is better to its creators than Marvel by far, but still. So I don't even know. Did Steve Ditko have kids? Was he married? I don't know if there is an estate. I don't know if there's where would the money go? Maybe an aunt or something. The problem with the Justice League Aquaman carried the whole movie. Jason had more charisma than the rest of the cast. He wanted to be there. I agree with that, Alexis. He looked like everybody else kind of looked. Apparently, Zack Snyder is down in San Diego right now, but he is not going to attend con. And I am a proponent of leaving Zack the fuck alone. Leave Zack alone. He lost his daughter. Okay, fuck Justice League and your damn movies. Leave the dude alone. Okay. He did what he was hired to do. He did his best. I don't hate that. I love Watchmen. I love 300. I like him. I really don't like I'm blanking the name of the movie now, but the one with all the schoolgirls in it that I had to pre-master at Technicolor. I've blocked the name out of my mind, which is good. I didn't like that one at all. But that's because I had to watch it so many times. What episode am I on now? For Farscape, I am up to the last one we reviewed. I'm going to watch the rest of them. I like to keep them fresh. I like to be visceral. So what I'll do is next week or 2 weekends from now, I'll burn through it in 2 days. So it's all fresh in my head because, Kevin, I have a crappy memory from years of drug abuse. Just being honest. That's why I always carry my notes. I've got this, I got my audio recorder on my phone that I'm always using. Great example last night, Mario knows this. Last night on fucking Preacher, I completely forgot. Like, it just didn't even click in my head that the fuck communism lighter was from the Duke, who was a character in Preacher, which they didn't put in the show for obvious reasons, I guess, but he's still missed. Completely. I mean, I read the book 12 years ago, but that's kind of shit you should remember. But thank you for Mario pointing it out. That's why we love you guys. Dark Crystal is awesome. They're making a sequel. Mary Ashmead, and one of the people working on it is agreed to do an interview for the show in the next month. Surprise, surprise. She is she works in the special effects department. Uh, 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 Game of Thrones. Oh, Game of Thrones. I just saw somebody mentioning it there, and $1 equals 60 rubles, says Godfather. Awesome. That's brilliant. Thank you. So it's is it rubles, or is it, am I saying it? Is it just I don't know what that is. Sorry. Where are you from? Tell me where you're from. It is, listen, Gratfather, any donation is generous. Any donation. 99 cents is generous. Believe me, that the first time we got a super chat, I can't remember. My jaw hit the ground. I couldn't believe somebody gave us a super chat. At this point, it is John Bellman show featuring Nerdrotic. It is Apple Crow. He is our official sponsor. That's okay. He's awesome. He's part of this. I love this group we've got going on. I mean, of course, Doomcock's going to get freaking huge. He is getting huge already. And Random's in here. And peripherally, we got like Midnight's Edge. I saw Trekyard in Random's chat. So it's cool that we're kind of coming together around Star Trek a little bit. And, that's how we all get a big group out of a bunch of little groups, and that's how things change. Listen, saving the Expanse, no matter what, like how much we actually had to do with it, I have no idea of measuring that. But the fact that we got it done really fired me up to like, wow, we can actually do stuff. I like, because before that I was like, nah, that stuff doesn't matter. Petitions, all that stuff. I even said it in the video. It's like, I don't believe in that shit. I'm a believer now. Okay. I'm a believer now. I couldn't bring myself to watch Justice League because I'm a huge Titans fan. Cyborg belongs with the Titans, not the JLA. Agreed, Philip Ademic, 100%. Now they are making the Doom Patrol with Cyborg and not Beast Boy. I hate it. I know, like, why? I don't understand why they're doing that. It sounds like to me that they're gonna like shift Cyborg into the Teen Titans later. They realize the error of their ways, but yeah, that makes no sense. So Cyborg is going to be part of, no. I know. I'm sorry, man. I'm glad we're seeing the Doom Patrol. And then I asked the question, how come it's taken so long to see the Doom Patrol and the Titans? I mean, the Teen Titans, folks, outsold the X-Men back in the 80s. It was a bigger book. It was a better book, in my opinion. And it brought together, like, I think it's right here, the best crossover ever, which is this. Okay, so yeah, yes, I got comic books just right down here. I can, like a magic hat, I can pull them up. Going back up the chat here, Wonder Woman is too strong for the DCU to fail. They can't. Can they have Wonder Woman to be? Hang on a second, Matt. I'm gonna reread this. Can they have? Okay, I got you. Wonder Woman is too strong for the DCU to fail. Can they can have Wonder Woman be the spine of the DCU. If the other movies are meh, we are not far from Flashpoint anyway. Okay. I think, I don't think, if they haven't given up on the DCEU yet, I mean, especially after Justice League, I think they're in it for the long haul, and that's good. That's good. I'm glad they didn't give up. I was begging for the after I watched the Justice League, which I didn't totally hate. I was like, don't blow up the DCU, please. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. Okay. I even like Ben Affleck as Batman. I mean, we're not going to get him, but I was okay with him being Batman. We just need, better writers. We need it to be a little more colorful, a little more comic book. And that was the transition from the Dark Knight. They thought, that would have probably worked if Chris Nolan was running the show, but he wasn't. So, and it didn't work. Zatanna is the biggest problem with the USA. Zatanna. Um, uh, Still talking about Farscape reviews. I guess we got to fire those things back up again. Going back down the chat some more. Yeah. Okay. So to reassert what Viking bitch saying to Mary about the Farscape reviews, yeah, they are not a priority because they're just not getting the views. We have to prioritize what gets the views. But the first Farscape review we did has done well, did very well. So what I wanted to do, because it started falling when we started doing episode by episode, and I think if we would originally done just the season thing and just did a big long one, if you don't mind it, like you don't have to listen to it all at once. You can listen to it at times. If we do a big 2.5 hour season one, let's get into it discussion. I think it could be good. I think it could be good. I just want to make sure I'm prepared. I need to be prepared as much as possible. Like I actually, I write my notes and stuff, but it's very loose. I wing most of what we do here. Okay. I'm sure that's obvious. But I need to have reference points once in a while. Yeah, I got the Blu-ray. Now I went ahead and bought it. Thank God I don't use Twitter nor Facebook nor any of those platforms at all. So no skin off my back. Yeah, if you're not on them, DLS Master, it's not bothering you. On Twitter, I only I follow you guys, like the guys who are in this chat. Those are the people I follow, and none of you are really causing any controversy. So, the Mirror Universe was better. Was the better half of the show, but it was the canon violation. But it was a canon violation in and of itself. Nihilist Shadow, yes, it was. And that entire show was a canon violation. And Midnight's Edge did a great video of basically they retooled the show so many times. The reason it was a canon violation is because it was supposed to be a reboot. It was supposed to be a flat out reboot, and I think they thought better of it as time got closer to them releasing the show and go, oh, we better not reboot because I think people will be kind of mad. And this way, maybe they just felt like, hey, at least we only pissed off half the people instead of all the people, which that would have happened if they would have just called it a reboot. I thought they were going towards rebooting it as the season was going on by messing with time. My question will be the only question, and maybe that's what I'll ask Kurtzman if I talk to him, if I get up there at the panel. It's like, why did you guys go prequel? Why didn't you just go in the future? What's the hold up on that? Can they not? Are they only allowed to make prequels? What's the answer to that question? Because like another prequel, who wants another fucking prequel? Wee Negan now says Deep Space Nine was better than Voyager. I agree. I totally agree. Now, if you would have asked me at the time, I'd have probably disagreed, but I'm older now, a little wiser, better taste. DS9's better. Maybe I was mesmerized by Seven of Nine's boobies. Probably had a lot to do with it. I see the reaction. See, I'm finally getting to the part where the question I asked earlier, and I just see Dakota saying no, just no. Doomcock has procured the entire series of Farscape. He got tired of me nagging him about it. How long did he hold out, Viking bitch? Longer than me? The problem is, like, that's a 90s show, so that's like it's like 25 episodes. It's not like 13 episodes where you can just blow through it, you know. I have for the show, I have decided to watch Breaking Bad because we're going to be covering Better Call Saul, which I love. But I actually got into that show without seeing Breaking Bad. I know I'm like one of the only people who did that in the world, because I didn't watch Breaking Bad, not because it sucked, because it was actually really good. I've said it here before. It's, you know, I used to run in a world kind of like that when I was younger. I mean, not to that extreme. All right, there wasn't a bunch of gangsters and, you know, gunfights and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just like nothing I wanted to go revisit. But it's a little I'll watch it. I'll try it out. I watched it up until the episode where they put the body in the bathtub and to dissolve it, but then the bathtub collapsed and went through the floor, something like that. That's where I was out. DS9 was my favorite Star Trek. I couldn't get into Voyager, says Viking bitch. I liked Voyager. It was decent. But it was just yeah. Chakotay. That's when it started getting kind of just boring. I mean, that's the I was really down on Berman at the time. Like if I had a YouTube channel back then, all my videos would be Berman is boring. Get rid of Berman. Please get rid of Berman. Now where I'm at is please bring back Berman. Please bring him back. I'm sorry I ever said anything bad about you. I would take Voyager right now over fucking Star Trek Discovery. 1,000 ruble. I'm rich. Thanks, man. Speaking of STD, Farscape and Lex both came from Blake 7. Ideas about sentient ship of escaped prisoners, B7FS, B7 and Farscape are more serious. Lex's anti-Star Trek, with everyone in secondary cast dying like red shirts, anti-heroes, and just being a sex farce. That's sex farce. I'm sold. Like I am fucking sold. Gratfodder. Am I saying that right? Gratfodder. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is very generous. God damn. This is cool. Anyone excited about Venom? I don't know. Is anyone excited about Venom? I'm excited about Tom Hardy. I like. Actually, no. If I might be pissed about Venom because if it delays Taboo, which is a brilliant show, I'll be pissed. And I don't think they're even filming it yet. So that's another show that is not at Comic-Con. I've only seen commentaries on STD. It seems the cure will come from 1, consistent, likable characters, 2, ideas over effects, 3, not having contempt for the audience. D. Roy, can we please like put that in stone? That is so well said. And yeah, you've saved yourself so much trouble not seeing the show. All the commentaries I've seen are pretty spot on. And now I've only seen them from Midnight's Edge. There's a couple guys out there. I can't remember the names. I'm sorry. If I remember them, I'll put them in the description. And of course, Doomcock. That's how I discovered Doomcock. I discovered Doomcock because he got recommended on one of our videos. So I was like, screwing around. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. That was no, that's how I discovered freaking random. I got Doomcock was mentioned on Midnight's Edge. That's where I remember Doomcock. And Midnight's Edge they were talking about Star Trek, and they go, "Oh, you got to check out Doomcock." So I'm one of those guys that if you give somebody a shout out, I'll go right there. I'll still have the video going. I just went right there, and I was sold on Doomcock in like a nanosecond. I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. But that is very well said, D. Roy. I like that. I love Voyager, but DS9 is a superior Trek, says Nihilist Shadow. Yeah, Voyager was good. Voyager, my God, I would kill for Voyager right now. I heard some whispering in the lair that someone bought all the Stargate DVDs for Doomcock. I wonder who that was, John Bellman. Huh. I have procured Stargate in a certain way that we won't talk about. DS9 started far worse than Voyager, says Nigel Brought Savage. Yeah, DS9 did have a rough start, and that's why at the time I was like, but it got so much better. But I mean, honestly, that's kind of a thing with Star Trek. It always has a rough start. And Star Trek Discovery is staying with that tradition. The picture of Venom eating a dick kind of quelled my excitement. The follow-up picture was good, Viking bitch. That was like after he ate the dick. Sucker Punch. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me of my PTSD from that movie. People who've been here have heard it before. So I was a pre-mastering technician at Technicolor. So basically I finalized all your Blu-rays. I quality checked them, finalized them, added stuff if you needed to, did some menus, and then I burnt the master disc. So I'm the guy who burnt the master disc on Sucker Punch. You can blame me. I burnt the master disc for the DVD too. It was actually more difficult to pre-master DVDs than Blu-rays, believe it or not, because you have less room, so you got to do a bunch of shit. Yeah, and I had to watch the first 15 minutes, the middle 15 minutes, and the last 15 minutes for the final QC hundreds of times. So, and the thing is, the DVD, the Blu-ray had a ton of problems, so it kept getting shot back. So that's why I had to keep rewatching it. I'm like, will you guys just get it right, please, or I'm gonna kill myself. Weenigan now just says Joss Whedon sucks. Nihilist Shadow. I was if you watch the recaps, which you don't have to do, but you can do. I was saying that during the mirror stuff. I was makes STD an alternate universe, save the prime canon hashtag, right? That could be the hashtag. That's great. That's what I was saying is like, if you take this show somewhere else, you can be as goofy as you want. Make it Lost in Space, Star Trek Discovery, whatever. Voyager was the first Trek I started from the beginning. I really liked it, despite its flaws. Didn't like DS9 when it aired, but I love it now. It was just too serious. The Next Generation is my favorite, though, says Kevin Bates. Yeah, I'd have to say DS9 is my favorite now. But that's because I've seen just the Next Generation. I've seen all the episodes so many times, and God, I'm going to get killed for this. Some of them don't hold up that well. I don't know. The original series is still the shit. All right, that is still the shit for me. Sailing Coconut says, I just started The Magicians. It's okay. The Expanse is still better by far. Yes, it is. I tried The Magicians, not my cup of tea. Viking Bitch says, it's okay, Gary. My Farscape memory is great. Yes, you have shown that. Those damn Ferengi. That sounds cool. So Brian Smart says the Star Trek podcast takes elements of DS9, the original series, and Axanar. It's a full audio drama. That is brilliant. I will, Brian. I'm going to listen to that on my drive down to San Diego. I'll download a bunch. I'm okay. So I'm into audio dramas as I guess Doomcock is into soundtracks. I am into audio dramas. I'm a Big Finish is I've spent so much goddamn money with them. I'm surprised they don't know me by first name basis now. But and I've really hesitated reviewing Doctor Who Big Finish stories that I love. Especially since the 10th was like 4 years ago. David Tennant came back and started recording more. They're so good. But you got to be into them. Okay. I grew up being into audio dramas. One of my favorite it's bloody awful, but it's my favorite is the audio drama of Dark Empire, Star Wars Dark Empire, which is an audio drama of a brilliant comic book. All right, back to the chat. Like I said, there's not a ton of news. I'll get to some later, but I'd rather talk to you guys right now. Warner Brothers needs to stop gutting their movies. Yeah, they need to have faith in what they own. That's it. I mean, and they never really have. The artist formerly known as Aaron J. I like Ben Affleck Batman too. Yeah, I think he was actually pretty good. I would have loved. It's kind of sad that we're not going to get. For one, forgive me, but like he looks like Batman. All right, Christian Bale is a full grown man, but Ben Affleck was like he looked like a man. I see the arrow up, Mary. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? All right. Sailing Coconut. Yeah, saving a show isn't easy. Glad to have the Expanse back. Yeah, because right before that, Susan worked her ass off trying to save Ash versus Evil Dead. And while she was trying to rally the troops, they were too busy fucking fighting or getting butt hurt by a Bruce tweet or something like that. And it's just, and it wasn't meant to be, and then, yeah. And I'm Dana De Lorenzo, was dealing with like real life shit during that the whole time too. That sucked. It just sucked. Yeah, she lost her mom. Yeah. Hopefully she's cheered up. I'm glad Susan's going to be part of the Evil Dead the musical down in San Jose later this year. She's going to be the MC. We're going to be there. And if you're in the Bay Area, join us. That's going to be awesome. I will put a link in the description for the group who puts it on. Big fan of this stuff. I used to do Rocky Horror back in the day. That shit is fun. Nerdrotic will accept your undying love in lieu of super chats as well. Yes. I'm happy with subscription and time. Time is valuable. Okay. Like you guys hanging out with me. That's you can't get that back. I like Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, but not as Batman. I'm kind of the other way around, John Bellman, but we can agree to disagree on that one. His Bruce Wayne isn't great, and for one, I'll get you there. It's inconsistent as hell. It's totally different. Like the Bruce Wayne in Batman versus Superman is completely different than the Bruce Wayne in Justice League. It's practically a different character. Offers a slice of Hawaiian pizza. That sounds good right now. Here's some undying love. I'm a poor grad student, says Lubella. Thanks. Accepted. You have mine as well. Mary Ashford says, we're her favorite. You're our favorite. You guys are our favorite. Mary, you're wonderful. By the way, yeah, if you what level you were the $5 on I'll send you a little extra Doctor Who thing for you, and I don't know if your kid's too old to care. I don't know. They're kind of weird when they get that age, 16. Wait till they hit 20. That whole frontal lobe not developing in males thing, really starting to notice it now. If you have a 20-year-old, I love him. He's great. Unpreparedness is part of my charm. I don't know how to take that, Viking bitch. I guess I should take it well, because that's never going to change. Yeah, I never prepare for what's going to happen before the show, like random doing a tweet or not a tweet, a live stream, or you know, my appointment I was supposed to go, like they were being super late, and yeah, did some AA stuff this morning. It hit me, I'm in San Francisco, and it's okay. It's a cool city. I mean, I hate to sound that way. I don't love it like everybody else does. It's where my girlfriend at the time and now my wife lived, and I moved up here from. You guys will see. I'll do a little live stream from my hometown when I go there on Tuesday. You'll see where I moved from. Uh, I still love San Diego and Encinitas, where I'm from. Like I would go back at the drop of a hat. But San Francisco is pretty cool. So what hit me today was I was down San Francisco doing my little AA thing, and I look up and there's Lombard Street. I'm like, hey, that's Lombard Street. I'm just walking by it, and I do it once a week, and I just didn't even notice until today. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. It was you recently saw it in Ant-Man where the car jumped over it, the crookedest street in the world. Yeah, it's very it's a very crooked street, and I would hate to live on it because there's people driving down it all damn day. But the houses on it are really expensive. I get in trouble on YouTube, no Facebook or Twitter, says Doug34. Yeah, Doug34. I used to be a fucking flamethrower on Twitter. Like, I don't know. Maybe I can dig them up. I haven't deleted any of them. They're still out there. But I had to I had to get off. I had to get off because so a lot of people complain that comic creators are on Twitter too much. This is a very old complaint, just saying. And I would call them out, especially when their books were late. And I'm like, hey, maybe you should be on Twitter less and finish Birds of Prey. And, we could both make money, stuff like that. But it'd be a little meaner. And I had to stop. Had trouble behaving, Doug? We are all behaved perverts here. Just follow our lead. uh, I have no idea. I just miss growing up. Deep Space Nine is awesome, says Capola Rosso. Yes, it is. DS9 is brilliant. And if you're into Razor Fist, which not everybody is, I understand that, but I don't know if he's still doing the DS9 retrospectives. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty. Oh, $5 super chat. There we go from Agent Future. It is sad we will never get Ben Affleck directed Batman movie. He wanted to do a Detective Comics influence movie. Agent Future, it is sad. I think he would have done a good job. Out of all these folks, Ben Affleck is the comic book fan. Like he's the guy who went to comic shops and read comic books. He knows his comic book shit. Just go back to his old View Askew days with Kevin Smith, and yeah, he knew his shit. He was a comic book fan. It's really bizarre Ben Affleck got as big as he did. Cause I always just remember him being the guy who hangs out with Kevin Smith. And, it's weird. In the Pale Moonlight, one of the best Star Trek episodes overall, says Dharma Ocean. Uh, 11GG says, are you joking? DS9 was always better. It was the best. I gotta admit, I did at the time. I said before, I wasn't into it at first. I think because it was such a change in format. It's the one show that's really grown up well. And I think the general sentiment is now, while it's not better than the Next Generation, it's definitely the number 2. But its popularity is growing. More people are talking about it. If they did a legit DS9 reunion, or if I don't know if they can because of the finale, but I'm just saying, I think that would get a lot of love. I think they would get a lot of love as long as Kurtzman is so not involved with it. Copel says watching Voyager now, and it's cool, but no DS9 cool. And I think that's the big difference. Is DS9 was cool. 709 was the only reason I watched Voyager, says John Bellman. The ratings did go up when she showed up. Okay, I'm just saying. Doomcock actually didn't resist me as long as I did. Well, mine was a time resistance. I saw Angel before Buffy. So there you go. Says, oh yeah, hey, that's cool. Angel is also Angel season 5. Angel season 5. That might be, out of both those shows, probably my favorite season of a show. Junius Stone. Thank you. If you are jumping into random episodes, Voyager seemed to be have better actors and production values. If you're watching straight through, DS9 had a far better story. That's a very good point. I only watched the first few seasons of Better Call Saul. It's a good show. It's a good show. I can't even remember why I was watching it. I was over at Melissa's family's house and somebody was watching it. And I sat down. I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. And I think they were binging and I watched 3 episodes. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of into it. And I never watched Breaking Bad. Junius, yeah, I've heard nothing but like the Breaking Bad I did watch was really good. And they got the drug part like really right. I couldn't watch Breaking Bad. Had a best friend that hit too close to home for me, says John Bellman. Yep. All right. Wow, I'm so far behind. Medkeist, what's up? Got comic books for Patreon. Very nice. Impeccable package. I'm afraid to remove impeccable package. I'm afraid to remove them from the plastic now. They look brand new, nicer than anything in my house except my AV systems and my subwoofers. Hey, you could take them out. It's okay. And for any of the patrons, if anything comes in damaged, just let me know. I'll have a replacement shipped out to you. Okay. You don't have to put up with damaged stuff. Read them. Just, you can just be careful. That's all. You can see my son's on the cover of all 3 of them. So the comics I sent out for the Patreon were these exclusives that were exclusive to my store. And I had to buy like 5,000 of them, and they put on a little picture that's basically an ad for your store. I put my kid on all of them. And then most of them got destroyed by an unfortunate sewage accident. I can laugh about it now. I wasn't laughing at the time. The best way to watch Stargate Sg-1 until it was filmed in HD is on the DVDs. Even though it was broadcast in 4.3, they filmed it in 16.9, and that's what's on the DVD. But I don't think it's on streaming. Yeah, Kevin, I heard something about that there's a transfer problem. What happened to the masters? Like, where are the masters? Because that's unfortunate. They've got to have, there's masters out there somewhere. I mean, this isn't the 60s where they recycled shit. I think it's a rights issue. STD had a worse start than any other Trek. She started to sink as soon as the champagne bottle smacked the hull, right? Yeah. When they did a stupid little thing to walk a Star Trek symbol in the sand on a stormy planet when they just could have used, technology to find. Yeah, it was dumb. I know that the first 2 seasons of every Star Trek are bad, but I love them all the same. Yeah, my love ended with Star Trek Discovery. I mean, I could, like, even Enterprise, which is something I totally resisted and didn't watch till later. I learned to like it. And towards the end, I was like, that was a good show. Okay, I like it. but I don't really see that happening with DS9 unless they like. I don't know. They got rid of the writers. Problem is the writers they got rid of still wrote half of season 2, so we'll see what's going on. Uh, oh, Big Finish is doing Star Trek books now. Yes, Gratfather. Yes. Oh, Big Fish is one. A big fish. Big Finish is wonderful. Yes, they've done Blake 7. I haven't listened to any of Blake 7, but because I haven't watched the show. But again, you've multiple people have talked to us about Blake 7. Do you think that's something they should remake, or should they leave it the hell alone? What did I see? Christopher Lloyd. Somebody was talking to Christopher Lloyd, and he said he would love to do a Back to the Future 4. I'm like, no, 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 no more sequels. No more. Hollywood has done enough fucking damage. I remember seeing the first Star Trek episode on broadcast. Yeah, wow, I'm that old. It scared me when I was a kid. With Theon and salt sucking thing, the Bones wanted thing that Bones wanted to bone. I had to read that right. Mechheist. Dang. I did not see any Star Treks when they originally aired. It was off the air for 3 years when I was born. I could imagine it being scary. I can totally imagine it being scary, especially when you're like 5 and 6. The artist formerly known as Aaron J says DS9 is my favorite Trek as well. Yeah, they're just they just brought her in. Yes, they just brought her in for eye candy. It was so obvious, says Doug 34. Speaking of 7 of 9, absolutely, but it worked. Max Cooner, Voyager had the best intro of the entire Star Trek franchise, with a great music. The others are a little too over the top. What do you think? Trying to think back to the Voyager theme. I would have to agree. I would have to agree. I did like the DS9 theme a little bit. But Voyager did have the better theme. Yes, I will agree with you there. I also thought at first it had the better concept too, of it being, lost in space and they could do like a bunch of different stuff. And they just got trapped in the same tropes. They didn't do anything. I think that's the biggest disappointment from Voyager is they really didn't go. I mean, they did once in a while, okay, but they could have gone so out there and they didn't. And it's too bad. It's too bad. And not like I liked Voyager. I enjoyed it. It just like it was pretty good. And it got into my biggest problem with the Berman era back then is it really got into serious science babble, and there wasn't enough swagger. It was missing a Kirk, and not that you can replace Kirk, but a Kirk type or a Han Solo type. A swashbuckling rule breaker. I know that was like maybe meant to be Chakotay, and also they had the whole, I'm blanking on their name now, but the resistance that Chakotay was part of, and that thing they just like fell in the line and like became Federation. God, I can't believe God, this is what happens when you get old. Okay, let's get back down here. I keep jumping way too far up. Mary's rewatching Taboo. Yeah, I'm about to do that as well. Taboo is excellent. It is so excellent. Lots of naked Tom Hardy too. I'm sure some people like that. Okay, so the Star Trek podcast is an hour long, produced by Giant Gnome Production. At the moment, they have 76 episodes. They take place on DS3. It's somewhat forgotten space station. Oh, okay. And I'm surprised they haven't been cracked down upon by Viacom and CBS. That's such a great idea. Audio drama. Oh, got me thinking. Got me thinking. Oh my goodness, we got another big old super chat of rubles. Farscape is actually paying homage to Blake Seven, like hell. Kratos is basically Travis. Kratos is basically Travis, the one villain from season 4. Intentionally looks like the main antagonist, Servalin, played by Jacqueline Pierce in Blake Seven. I would not know. I will take your word for it because you paid. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, Brian, I'm so sold on that podcast. That sounds great. And I know there's a bunch of stuff out there like that. There's a bunch of fan audio dramas. That could actually be kind of fun. Now that I think about it. Hey, what did you think of the Walking Dead adaptation and how it massively crashed and burned, says Travis D. I'm not a told you so guy. I'm just not. I read the comics from when, I owned a comic store. So if I hadn't owned a comic store, I'd have never picked up Walking Dead. I'll freely admit that. I was like not into zombies, whatever. But I picked it up because a couple of customers were like really excited about it. So I read it and I'm like, God, this is pretty damn good. This is pretty good. But about issue, what was it for me? 70. I started, maybe it was a little earlier, 60 or 70. I started like, this is gonna go nowhere. This is gonna go nowhere. I don't know where it's going, or even worse, it's just gonna end. Like some people are gonna die, they're not gonna rebuild society, and it's just gonna be they survived. That's it. I don't really care. I'm not a character study kind of person. So for me, Walking Dead, if they were going towards a goal like rebuilding civilization or what made the fucking zombies or something like that, then they would be moving somewhere. Right now, it's just human. I know what it means that the Walking Dead are the humans, okay, and that they're fighting each other, and it's just post-apocalyptic, and humans are terrible, and it's just bleak and hopeless, and meh. I checked out. So the show had nowhere to go. If they were bold, they would have answered the zombie question or done something sci-fi, or I don't know. That's why they're talented writers. They could have. There's a million things they could have done. They decided not to do it. And the problem is they didn't have a constant showrunner from the beginning of the show. They've had AMC's fucked with that show so much. I'm surprised it was as big of a hit as it was, considering all the drama there was behind the scenes. And that's a credit to the people who did take it over, because there was a time when it was a great show. So, but the source material goes nowhere either. Yeah, I'm a fan of comics are always better. Comics are always better, Travis. Xena Hercules on the theme of spin-offs, says Graph. Yes. As a matter of fact, I've seen Xena and never seen Hercules. I've never seen Hercules. Huge fan of Xena. Kevin Bates says, is it okay to talk about other YouTube channels? There are good Star Trek YouTubers that I like, but I don't want to be a dick. No, you can talk about them here. It's fine. Talk about whatever you want. It's fine. But thanks for asking. I think that's cool. But no, it's all right. Mary loved Breaking Bad. Yeah, the problem in DS9 was in the ending, everything got that good VS evil crap. What's this? Star Wars? Yeah. Culpo Russo. Sorry, I read that bad. So basically, yeah, that ending got it did get a little weird, mama. But I liked it. I also like the ending of Battlestar Galactica. So I know that's an unpopular opinion. I wonder how much nagging it will take for Gary to watch Vikings. It's not nagging, Viking bitch. It's time. Right now, I have to I'm catching up on Breaking Bad. I got to watch Farscape. There's a few things I'm rereading Abaddon's Gate. I just like busting through the last chapters again. Um, but this week, there's no family around. It's just me. That like never happens. My wife and son are gone, and oh, don't worry, robbers. My big 6'5" son is staying home. And yeah, so it's just me and the big boy right now, and then I'm off to San Diego. It's just me hanging out with my little buddy Dennis. Maybe I'd try to get Doomcock hooked on Vikings. Maybe that get us competing against each other. That'll work. Because we never talk. No. I got to get Doomcock on. What do you say? We got to get him on again. We got to get him on before he gets like all stratosphere and too big, and like everybody's asking for him to come on, and then he'll feel obligated but can't. You know what I mean? So I think we get him on for a couple more times, and then we just like let him fly and get to 100,000 subs. I don't think they used champagne to bust on that ship to start Discovery. I think they used Klingon seltzer water. Yeah, which Klingon though? Klingorks or Klingons? Enterprise was at least respectful of the canon. Damn straight, JP. And in many ways, enhanced canon with the Klingons. Agreed. Was it an Enterprise that they talk about the eugenics thing a little bit? Which explains kind of their look, and they could have used that. It like at Star Trek Discovery. If we want to try, let's try to clear our minds of hate, clear our minds, and just look at it as a TV show and how it actually fits into Star Trek. It doesn't at all. Like it doesn't at all. Which shows you like the people behind it like do not give a fuck about Star Trek. They have no background in Star Trek, and yeah, their whole answer when people are complaining about canon, they're like, "What? Why is that so important to you?" That's where they're coming from, because they just don't they don't take it that serious, and you shouldn't be working on that big of an IP if you don't take it that seriously. You don't have to know everything about it. You would just have to respect it and take it seriously. But no, they just treated it like their average Gilmore Girls episode, And then when Frakes came on, I read what he said about Orville. It's like Orville gave us the Star Trek we wanted, and Star Trek Discovery gave us the one we need. Some bullshit answer, which what he's really trying to say is Orville was better than Star Trek Discovery, but they would let me work on it, so I'm not going to talk shit. And I understand that, Jonathan Frakes. They're in a tough position, the people, the old guard from Star Trek, because like they can't really come out and throw shade on the new one unless you're William Shatner. And I understand that, but like, don't expect us to like this. It's not good. Star Trek Discovery is not good. It's not good for Trek. And if we keep buying that stuff and keep letting them, they're going to make more of it, and it's going to destroy it. And then we're going to have no Trek. The fans will just be out at that point. They're not making new fans, by the way. They're not making new fans with this show. What you're doing is you're having some hardcore fans who are just hardcore fans. And I've been there. Okay. So I've been there. I know where you've been, where you're just like, no, I love this thing no matter what. And then you got fans who aren't real fans of the show, are just like happy that they're pissing off the other side, who aren't really going to fucking watch it or buy anything. And then the actual people who bought stuff, who are mad, they're just going to be gone. They're just going to be gone, and they're not going to care. So that's not growing fans. That's splitting your fan base in half. And maybe you got the fans you want, but the fans you want, you're going to find most of them don't buy shit. That's part of the problem. One thing I noticed when I was running a comic shop was there is a lot of folk out there who read and talk comics who don't buy any of them. They rip them off. Or you can there's legit ways to not buy. There's checking them out at the library. That is a legit way. I will listen to your opinion on a comic. And I've said this loud in the store. If you've checked it out from the library, borrowed it from a friend, purchased it, found it on the road, But if you freaking stole it off the internet, I don't give a fuck what your opinion is on anything. I don't care because you're not helping me. You're not helping the person who made it. You're stealing, which you can do it. That's cool. But I just don't want to know don't come in here and debate comics with me. Because the reason I found out was this guy always came in and he knew everything, but he didn't buy shit. So I'm like, dude, where do you get your books? You go to another store or anything? He's all, no, I guess I torn them. I'm like, get the fuck out. Get out. And that's like buy a book once in a while. And yeah, I just don't want to know your opinion on that. So the people who want to enact change and stuff, you need to buy this stuff. And what the thing is, they're selling it to a lot of people who don't buy this stuff. They're really wrong on a large demographic of science fiction, fantasy, pop culture fans. There's a lot of people who say they like stuff, but they're not like really. They like the idea of it, but they don't actually like it. Yeah, saw that stuff a lot at the comic store. And that's the way it is, you know. So a lot of people they're placating to, so I'm saying they being Star Trek, the producers of Star Trek, are people who are not going to watch Star Trek in 3 years, in 2 years, maybe not even next season. My best example of that, what's this button do? Says Rubicon Alpha, longtime listener, first time super chatter. Hi, everybody. The Orville is for Star Trek fans. Damn straight, Rubicon Alpha. Thanks, man, for the, or man, I'm sorry. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Okay. So Doctor Who. Fucking Doctor Who. Doctor Who, Doctor Who, Doctor Who. I'll get to your chat in a second. You people know my feelings on Doctor Who. Okay. So Doctor Who is the worst form of pandering I've seen this century. That might be hyperbole, but it's pretty bad. So when they have to rip a label off of something, put it on something to sell something, and then be happy about selling that thing and proud of themselves, they're against that thing. So what I'm saying is, the BBC is being incredibly sexist the way they've handled Doctor Who. Follow me down the rabbit hole. They don't think they don't think they can make a spin-off female character, develop her, and sell her in her own series at all. So they thought the only way we could do this is if we put a established label on her and sell it to the fans. But we're not going to do it like right after the 50th anniversary when it would have been the best time to do it. We're going to wait till the ratings have gone way down. We've taken 2 1-year breaks. Interest is at an all-time low since the beginning of the new series. And then we'll make it a woman. All right. And then if you don't like it, well, you're fill in the blank. So yeah, I'm not a fan of like Jodie Whittaker. I don't know her as an actress. Nothing gets her personally. I'm not a fan of the decision, but it's done. So I'm not asking them to change it. Go ahead and do it. But they've done her no favors. Despite all that, they've done her no favors at all. We had another pretty much year break. It's going to be 9-10 months, but it's a long time. So Doctor Who has only had one season in the last 2.5 years. One season, and it wasn't good. And the ratings are, so I looked at the ratings today. The ratings here in America were awful. Okay. There was a little bit of spike, but there always is with the new Doctor, but it barely beat the premiere from season 10 though. So it wasn't a huge spike. 1 million people watched it. 1 million people watched it here in America. The new, when it's a woman, it's like changing everything. Let me go to the teaser trailer. Watch the teaser trailer. And it looked like a Pepsi commercial to me. So it did like wasn't good or bad. I like had a couple references to to 10 and to 11 with the Beano comic and everything. I watched Charlie's video on it too, and I agree 100% with what Charlie said, which was it will get gangbuster ratings on the first episode, and then it'll peter out, basically. And that's kind of what they should have waited. This is essentially a series reboot. Like this isn't just they're going to keep the canon a little bit, but it's series reboot. And you know, I was checked out of Doctor Who before this happened anyway, because of Moffat's crappy writing and just like where it went and all the breaks. And the BBC has just done it no favors. And basically what you're hearing is a video I was going to do. Decided against doing it because I'm going to bury it in a live stream. But the BBC has done more damage to Doctor Who. It's like right up there with what Disney has done to Star Wars. Actually, it's worse because they tried to inject it with agenda, a kid show. Essentially a kid show, a show that I sat down with with my boys and watched, enjoyed the hell out of. It was perfection. And people found problems with it. I never saw them, but there was, the only problems were plot, where Stephen Moffat not being able to finish anything he starts, putting in a bunch of red herrings, or what became more clear is his plots were meaningless. They had no real stakes. He just threw every idea because he thought Doctor Who was silly. We even hear it like, what's wrong with being silly? Nothing's wrong with being silly, but you want to finish a plot, and we want to care about these characters, and like he left so many things dangling. It was fucking frustrating. So I was out, and then Capaldi, who was a good doctor, but he wasn't a compelling doctor to me. I think he did a fine job. I would put him in the top like 6 or 7 for me. I know some people loved him. I know, but you can't deny like the episodes were kind of boring. They're not rewatchable at all. There's only a few rewatchable Capaldi episodes. I know this is probably an incredibly unpopular opinion with the Doctor Who fans who are still around. Who agree with me aren't around anymore. They're gone. They left, and they're not coming back. Doctor Who busted its fandom by being stupid. BBC was stupid for the last. They had the world by the wavels, man. They owned Comic-Con. It was so popular, and they screwed up every way possible after that. And it is toy sales down, book sales down. All sales are down when it comes across the board with Doctor Who, and it sucks. It sucks. I'm still going to be a fan of the old stuff. I'm still going to watch it. We are going to review Rose on Tuesday. We're going to start going over old Doctor Who that I love. And I want to cleanse my palate. Again, if people like the new Who, great. I hope they enjoy it. I hope it turns around. I hope it does great. But it's not the show that I got into. They basically are changing their format. And that's fine. Go for it. I mean, I'm not telling them not to do it. They can do what they want. It is their show. But this goes to what Doomcock said. If you don't like something, don't buy it. I'm not going to buy it. That's it. Mary Ashford, talk about The Expanse. Nerdrotic, I'm on book 5, the one after the churn. Love how it's playing out, even though the Rossi is being worked on. Yep. Oh, that's my favorite book, though. Star Trek Discovery could be set in an alternate universe where the Herc never left. I can't say that word. Kronos, and the Klingons we know are either extinct or underdog slaves. Ooh, that's a good idea, Nigel. So you already made it better. Sorry for that long Doctor Who rant. Again, that was going to be a video, and I decided against it just because I probably got slayed and called all kinds of stuff. Just because I don't want to watch it anymore. But I don't want to watch it anymore. Bye, Viking bitch. I have to go pick up an ungrateful teenager for my job. See you all Wednesday. Oh, sounds like my kid. There we go. I'm going to go back up here and try to get after that long Doctor Who thing. Sorry about that, folks. Thank you. I'm the biggest Doctor Who fan, says Mary Ashford. So am I. I still am, but I'm not happy with how things turned out. And it's sad. And the thing is, again, I'm not entitled to shit as a Doctor Who fan. I am not. I'm not owed anything. And that's where we just part ways at this point. Like, I'm not going to go out and make videos calling Doctor Who shit, although I'm really tempted to, but I'm not. Because that's kind of not what we're about here. We will complain about stuff once in a while, though. I want them to have all the success in the world. I'm just not going to watch it because I'm not into it. It's not a show that I'm into anymore. And that's cool. That's where we part. And I'll even say, Doctor Who, it's not you, it's me. It's me. Whatever gets you out the door faster. uh, if guys, if this channel ever goes full time, then like I will do episode by episode retro reviews of freaking Stargate, Babylon 5, old Star Trek, all that stuff. Twilight Zone. I could probably do 3 videos a day, easy, maybe 4. That is a long way off though. Gotta pay those bills. Blake 7 is my current new discovery of a hidden gem, says Apple Crow. There have been a lot of people in the chat telling me to watch this. Okay, I'm on it. Oh, and I want to rewatch The Prisoner too. I picked up I'm getting the comics from Titan. They're pretty good, but if that is a show that if somebody like really good did right, that would be a good. They'd probably screw it up though. Never mind. Yeah, don't remake anything. I'm going to stick with that. There should be a moratorium on remaking stuff for a decade. Does that sound bad? Can we just like stop and go back to it later? We need to like flush out some bad talent in Hollywood, or not even bad talent, just angry, adversive talent who has a serious fan problem. Because I am sick to shit of people attacking fans. I am so fucking done with that. And I really hope that gets brought up in every fucking panel at con. Because it's really infected everything at this point. Gotta run. Just wanted to stop by live. Never caught you soon after The Expanse aired, and say I love your channel. Can't wait for season 4 of The Expanse. Travesty, thank you so much. Cheers. We're going to wrap things up actually shortly here because I've got to go and get my faux walls for my studio for when I hit the run. I've been babbling for a long time. Let me get through the chat though. So yeah, we're going to do like, let's do 15 more minutes. So at least we get through the chat. Weird people are the best. Viking bitch, weird people are the best. Way more interesting than normal people. Stun the Wobot, you're right. And that's why we are all here. Okay, we're amongst our weird friends. Up if you like DS9. You may like Farscape. Farscape is all about characters and stories with great alien makeup. JD Free Reality, I'm a big fan of STD. It's a great addition to the Star Trek universe. LOL, just fucking with you. I was gonna go like, dude. Thank God. I would say that 50% of those watching on Netflix are watching just to shit on it. Yes. Yeah. If they were really good numbers on Netflix, and especially CBS All Access launching its streaming network, if it got record streaming numbers, they would tell us. Believe me, because that would be a selling point. Like, we just had 10 million subs in one day for Star Trek. Why would they keep that to themselves? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. Which tells me they didn't have that many subs. They probably had a good bump right when it started. But yeah, and then CBS All Access is not a terrible deal if you're into that kind of TV. Like if you want to go see MASH again or something like that. I'm not. And it's a decent, so at least it doesn't. I'll try to say something good about it. Like it didn't skip all the time. Like DirecTV Now is the one I hate the most right now. And trust me, Dennis and I try every streaming service for a little while. So if you want to know about one, just ask. My Logan finishes my sentence all the time because my memory is so bad. Don't feel bad. On the same boat. Yeah. It's getting terrible. It's true. Yeah, so true about Walking Dead, Gary. I lost interest in the season in season 7 because they have lost direction of the show. They did. It looks like they were just trying to find ways to keep the machine rolling. Thank you, Max Cooner. God damn it. Chakotay was the leader of the Maquis. That's right, Maquis. He had a cool tattoo on his face, similar to the Belchers in The Expanse, right? And he, and they didn't do anything with the Maquis. That would have been interesting. Walking Dead is a soap opera with some horror elements. Dark Shadows did well too in the day. I like Dark Shadows. Hi, Pen Farm Girl. How's it going? Aren't any sewage accidents unfortunate, Mike Heist? That's a good point. That's a good point. You should check out the Steve Shives YouTube channel. He does really good analysis on Star Trek. I will. Kevin, thank you. I hate the Prophets and the Baharans on the Bajorans. I'm going to say Baharans, Bajorans. The Prophets and the Bajorans on the first watch of DS9, but they grew me. I'm kind of interested in their ancient lore before they evolved into prophets. This is Nyla Shadow. Everything grew on me. But I think when because I started rewatching DS9, like right when Discovery came out, probably because I need to cleanse the palate. I enjoyed it so much. JP loved the ending of BSG. Me too. I don't understand. Like that's totally where that's where they were telegraphing it the whole time. Yeah. Love the Doomcock. Yes, we do. We do. Copal Russa says, especially the prophets. They smelled like the things that writers come up with when they need to explain everything in the fastest way possible. Deus ex prophets. Okay. Viking bitch is gone. Rubicon Alpha. Stun the Wobot says Star Trek Discovery has turned away fans that have knowledge of science, unlike other Star Treks that have at least tried to have a little bit of realism. STD has been thrown. STD has thrown that idea out. Absolutely, The Expanse has filled that void. All right, The Expanse has become Star Trek, basically. It's grounded in some form of science, or at least it's believable. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I do not know, but it sounds good to me. The stuff on Star Trek, again, not a scientist, sounded ridiculous. Love the Orville. Did I miss another super chat? My super chat tab is gone. Mary. I don't know where it's supposed to be on the bottom right here, and I just don't see it. That's strange. Let me jump to the bottom. Live chat. Yeah, I don't see my super chat tab. I don't know what they must be just missing today or something. If I missed one, let me know. I saw Agent Futures. Okay. Trying to get up to where some of the Doctor Who stuff, when I was ranting about Doctor Who, Red Dwarf is amazing. Prisoners remake was awful. So right, Pen. And rewatching right now. I'm halfway through season 1. Just watched TKO. I like that episode at the most. I don't care if Doctor Who is a man or a woman, black or white. Same with James Bond, and I don't mind diversity in Star Trek Discovery as long as the show is good. I do wish the Doctor was a ginger. James Bond's got to be a dude. but I agree with you. Like it's in the canon of Doctor Who. I just, I think I'd be way more open to it if Doctor Who didn't suck so bad the last 2 years. I was so fucking mad. It's like I would feel way differently about it if we had gotten like if Capaldi had gotten what he deserved in writing. So I gotta admit, I am totally biased because just I really gave that show a fair shake. Okay. And it just got bad and preachy and stupid. And yeah, that last season was fucking terrible. Um, but no, if you want to make yeah, I don't like putting labels on things. To just make a new character. Just make a new character. That's fine. I'll watch it all day long. I would love, I've said this many times, a Torchwood with River Song and Captain Jack. Fuck, I'd watch the shit out of that. And maybe the Doctor will be a ginger someday. Someday. Never attack the fans, says Junius Stone. Star Wars is finding that out. Yeah, it never ends well. It never ever ends well. Yeah, the only thing, there's two possible endings for this. People stop watching your shit, everything collapses, or you, the person who was attacking the fan, gets fired. It's never. Have you ever heard like we attacked the fans and then we had the biggest success ever? No, you've never heard that. So, it's the Ghostbusters 2016 marketing technique, and it didn't work out. I think actually Paul Feig will probably end up getting more work than Rian Johnson though in the future. Although he talked shit for a year. He would not let up either. Like it's like Rian Johnson took a note out of his playbook. Hi Silver Spike, how's it going? I appreciate how Capaldi integrated elements of every previous Doctor that came before, but poor writing was its bane. Yeah, like nothing. I have no problem with his performance. He brought his A game. He was given a stiff of a companion, and the companion he got later was better, but there wasn't enough of her. And that's what happens when you when Stephen Moffat became aware of his own writing. All right, like when listen, I've done art, I've created, and I've never worried about like what other people are gonna and I don't know. I've worried about what people think of the piece, but it's never stopped me from my work. I've never like stopped something going, wow, I wonder what people are gonna think about this. I just go. I mean, you have to have the freedom to create whatever the fuck you want. Now, like I know in TV shows you have notes and stuff like that. That's fine. But with Bill, I got the hint that Bill was a lesbian in the first 5 minutes when she mentioned it 3 times, and then she had to mention it 4 or 5 times an episode. It's like, okay, I got it. It's cool. I don't mind. It's great. Awesome. Like after the 5th episode, we got it. Okay. It's cool. Are you cool with it? I mean, that's the point I think of. Babylon 5 was excellent, says Nigel. I have not seen Babylon 5 all the way through. I've seen some Babylon 5 the time it was on TV. I was kind of into it, but it lost me because I didn't watch everything through. I liked it though. It was pretty good. Red Dwarf is awesome. We need more shows like that. We need more shows that are just like sexy, fun romps. We just need fun. Even Battlestar Galactica had like levity in it once in a while, just anything with Baltar, it's like there was stuff that was funny and light, and it wasn't just this dark and dreary show all the time. So we need more stuff. And that's what I loved about Doctor Who. The first we'll say 6 seasons of Doctor Who were fun and thrilling, and like, but you still felt like you had stakes. They there wasn't throwaway characters, and not every episode perfect, but damn near all of Russell T Davies' episodes are perfect. All but like two, maybe. Uh, yeah, I'm missing a wrench right now. I don't know where Jody is. If you like Blake Seven, then check out an old British UFO series. I remember that. Make sure you check for writers' recommendations viewing order because it was released rather haphazardly. Hello, Random. How are you? Sorry to step on your stream. I had a start time of 12:30 and I pushed it back to 1 and then I tried to stall until 1:30. Yeah, I didn't want to step on your stream, but I had it scheduled. So sorry. Uh, I was excited to see the birth of the Federation in Enterprise. Didn't get it. It was teased though. Season 4 is amazing. Nihilist Shadow, yes, season 4 is good. A bunch of people were telling me that during the Star Trek Discovery reviews, like, "Oh, you got to watch Enterprise. At least it gets you to the last 2 seasons." I'm like, "Okay, fine." And I believe Brian Fuller worked on season 4, right? And when he's actually working on a show, he's pretty good. For a long time, I would eye the Doctor Who section of the video store and would see how well endowed the section is. You realize how painful it would be to try to take that all in. Mech Heist, yeah, it is. Um, that's why you start with the new stuff, and then if you really like the new stuff, you embark on the old stuff. And because I had burned through the new stuff, I had seen a bunch of like I haven't seen it in order though, because we watched them on PBS when I was a kid. So I watched a Fourth Doctor and a little bit of Fifth Doctor. And like I jumped in and I jumped into the beginning. I was able to I have it all. And that's where I discovered, Third Doctor. I fucking love the Third Doctor so much. Yeah, and I stuck with it, and I watch them over and over again. I do. I watch a couple of Doctor Who episodes, at least. It used to be one a day, but now it's like 2 or 3 a week. Still the one about at Jay Haves. I started watching Counterpart because people were recommending it, so I'll look for the UFO series as well. The shows people recommend align with my tastes in TV. There's a lot of good taste in here in this chat. I have to admit, Stun the Wobot. I have not been steered wrong on recommendations. So Counterpart, people, if you've not watched Counterpart, is the best new show on TV. That's all. That's all. It's on Stars. I think it'll be when is it? I think it'll be I don't know when it'll be on Amazon. I'm not really sure. But it's on Stars, and if you're an Amazon Prime member, you pay $10, $14, something like that. It's worth the $14. Pay the $14 and binge the 10 episodes. You will be so happy. It's like instead of going to a movie, watch Counterpart. Oh, it's okay. Random's like, sorry for streaming against you, but it was Doomcox. Let's stream together today. Yeah, that you can't say no to that. No, that's why I tried to push it off as long as I could. But next time, yeah, I'll just like I can push it off, or we could because I don't want to step on it at all. Because I want to watch too. Shit. I has a sleepy. Well, yeah, you got to get to bed on time, feisty young lady. Um, I wouldn't want to live in a MASH universe either. Waking up and seeing cross-dressing American corporal leaning over you, Wang. Do not. MASH. I agree with there are a lot of times when a kind of show is they kind of shoved into things that okay, let me try to read this again. There was a lot of times that it's kind of show into it shoved things that was not great. I don't know. They have okay, I can't read. Hang on. if you're talking Kevin, if you're talking about Doctor Who or you're talking to Ed Doug 34, yeah, show all kinds of shows are shoving shit into our faces right now, and it's there's a level of that I can handle. Absolutely, I have no problem with it, especially if it's subtle. If you're a good enough writer, I don't have to agree with every kind of politics or preachy, but like I don't know, maybe because I'm older now and I just know that like what kind of place Hollywood is when they try to be moral on anything. I'm like, are you fucking serious? You're probably on oxycodone right now. You probably just snorted a big old fucking line of coke, dude. It's like I'm not going to really listen to that, so I don't take it seriously. It just when it stops a story dead in its tracks, which what Star Trek Discovery does, and crap, even fucking Westworld did some of that towards the end, which sucked. Yeah, when it starts integrating into the storytelling, even if it's shit I agree with, it's annoying. I mean, like, and I'm like the millionth person on YouTube saying this shit right now. It's gonna take them a couple years to figure out like this is not what people want. So, we're still gonna get some of it, but I think it's gonna start getting, a little better towards the end of the year. I think things are actually going to change. I think they have received the message, which is not we have a small sect of, freaking idiot fans in the corner. It's actually a lot of normal fans are just fucking pissed because things suck. And when we get mad, you know, you're lucky that there's people who care enough to go on YouTube to try to fight to save it. Cause most people would just go, all right, I'll go do something else later. The Orville and the Expanse are getting me over my Trek heartbreak, says Judas. Exactly. Went through the 5 stages of grief on that one, which was annoyed, angry, pissed off, enraged, and I want revenge. Those are my 5 stages of grief, by the way. I had all the old stuff when we moved. They disappeared. Oh, you're talking about your Doctor Who stuff? I would hunt those fuckers down till the end of the earth. That sucks, Mary. Well, hopefully it's like just in a box. You know how like when you move and then like there's still 10 boxes you haven't gone through. And then when you finally do go through those 10 boxes, it's time to move again. Those are the boxes it's in. I bet. I bet. Uh, I haven't seen Classic Who. Uh, I'm a completionist, and it bothers me that there are missing episodes that I need to get over it. Yeah, I'm almost the same way. I watched some of the animated stuff, which is very cool, by the way. I watched it in a theater too. Um, yeah, there's some stuff that's just gone forever. I think they've pieced some of it together, but yeah. Um, I admit it, I had a hard time with the first and second Doctor, and that's something you probably had to grow up with in the UK. So I'm just an ignorant American who only liked John Pertwee because he knew karate and could sing in the shower. Uh, oh my god, his first episode is so fucking great. Mm, makes me want to watch it again. And it's okay. Again, I get a lot of clap back on this, but with Capaldi's, I think Capaldi would have been better down the road, maybe or earlier. I think them going away from like the young action star, when they started New Who, Doctor Who's first words were "run." Like Capaldi looked like he was going to die when he was running. The poor guy. Um, and like he was still cool as hell. He was still cool as hell. I liked his outfit. I really like how he evolved into the character. It just, I don't know, man. He makes like I say, he makes a great action figure. He makes a great action figure that no kids bought because they don't want to buy a gray haired old man unless he's a mentor. All right. So yeah. That's why I didn't do a video. It's like, yeah, like the people who cared about that stuff are long gone. And I was watching the teaser video, the Doctor Who teaser video, and I don't know if this has changed or not. It had a lot of views, which is great. That's a good sign, but it is a free video. When I did notice something incredible, and it was that there isn't quite a million views yet for one, but there's only 26,000 likes out of a million views. Now that there's not many, like the like ratio to dislike ratio is not bad. It's 26,000 likes to 3.9 thousand dislikes. But what I see here is a ton of apathy. With a million views, you should get more than 26,000 likes. That's just me. But it's just a teaser. We'll see when we get a full trailer, which we'll probably see. I will see what oh shit. Oh no. Um oh damn it. I was just watching I was on YouTube, and of course my fucking ADD kicked in. I saw a Grace Randolph video that said Henry Cavill Superman contract recast for DCU. Better fucking not, assholes. If they lose him as Superman, they're fucking done. That's stupid. That's my visceral reaction to that. I hope it's just a negotiation. Are we still doing Babylon 5 after Farscape and DS9, right? Yes, Pen Farm Girl, we are. All that stuff is all on schedule. We're also going to do Battlestar Galactica. And Doctor Who is firing up this week. Sadly, yeah, we talked about that, Rubicon. It looks like crap on Prime. I'll live through it, or I'll find another way. I will find another way. I've seen the first few episodes so far of Counterpart, says Mary. Yeah, you'll love it. What an ending. I have the whole series Crusade and most of the movies. I will need Lost Tales if memory serves, says Alexis. And sorry, just reading all that man, a lot of chat today. Do you know who Moffat's first choice was for the Doctor above Capaldi? Robert Carlyle. Found that today. What? No way. I mean, I believe you, Silver Spike. You would know. Hi, Silver Spike, by the way. I haven't seen you in a while. Or has it just been me? Did he turn it down? That would have been actually really good. Henry Cavill loves playing Superman. He won't give up anytime soon. Yeah, Nihilist Shadow, but love or hate Grace Randolph, her info is pretty spot on. She is a very well connected young lady in New York. I think it's a negotiation tactic. Fans would revolt. I freaking love him as Superman. I do. I think he's like Capaldi. He has not been given good enough material. Anyone who is a gamer fan or a Nathan Fillion fan needs to check out the 15-minute fan film of Uncharted. It's pretty good. I heard about that today, Applecore. I haven't seen it. Yeah, go check it out. On that note, time to drive home. Oh yeah, man, I gotta bust out of here. Let me get. Oh boy, did we get another super chat towards the end there? We did. Okay. 60s era of Doctor Who was very imaginative. Companions from the past, present, future, other planets. Hated that they showed the first as a sexist in the special. Yeah, I know, I hated that too. And that we're so enlightened now attitude. It was, oh my God, I could not agree with you more. Great super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, I stopped watching that show in bitter anger. And that's what led me to this room used to be covered in Doctor Who. And I said, nah, you're done. So now it's in a corner. It's up there. There's a picture on Twitter. Yeah, I've really got to bail. I gotta get down someplace in a half an hour. So Let me get to this. I started watching Doctor Who during the John Pertwee years, Third Doctor. As a kid, I agree with you. He was, in the Doctor's word, fantastic. I know he was so good. I mean, he's probably the closest one to being. He'd be called a sexist today, but he was funny. He was funny. That's crazy, Silver Spike. I think Robert Carlyle would have been good. He's kind of got a Doctor Who look. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, they really overwrote the element in that special, sadly, says Silver Spike. They did. I mean, like, okay, a joke once. Of course. But it wasn't a joke. It was Stephen Moffat virtue signaling, okay? Because he got a bunch of criticism, which he didn't deserve. Which he did. He might not be able to be the best at writing women, but the man is not fucking sexist, okay? There's so much, yeah. It just got ridiculous. And the thing is, it's like Doctor Who got political. And again, I could agree with the politics, but it's still annoying. All right, I'm gonna miss some of your chats. I'm really sorry, folks. I gotta bust out of here. I gotta get somewhere in 30 minutes. And oh my gosh, let me get one more. Have you heard about Halo TV series that's will commence shooting next year and has Steven Spielberg on board? Max Coomer, I don't even play the game, Max Coomer, and I'm going to check out the series. It looks pretty cool. All right, 2 more chats and then I got to go. You guys are wonderful for hanging out with me today, by the way, and I'm sorry I have to bolt out on you like this, but not to worry. There will be many more super live chats coming up. There will be one tomorrow. We will be covering. If you got some homework to do, it's really hard, and I don't know if you can do it. You got to go on Amazon Prime or your Blu-ray or your DVD or wherever you got to go. Watch Doctor Who Rose, okay? Doctor Who Ninth Doctor Rose, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. All right. I think it'll be fun. I'll be in a hotel somewhere. Bye, Pen Farm. Okay, bye, everybody. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody's chat today. My apologies. That's the whole purpose of me doing this, is to talk to you guys. So I apologize. Thank you for all the super chats. My super chat list thing is not working for some damn reason. Let me try to refresh the page and maybe it'll pop back up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, good. And now I can thank the super chat. Oh my goodness. Okay. John Bellman, $20. Dakota Stanton, $5. John Bellman, $10. Grat Fodder, 100 rubles, and then 1,000 rubles, and then 200 rubles, and then 200 rubles again. You are amazingly generous. Okay. That is awesome. Thank you so much. And thanks for jumping on for Farscape people for watching Farscape. I saw a ton of Farscape talk. So like it's coming back in 2 weeks. The commitment is there. Also, Agent Future, $5. Mary Ashmead, $2. Rubicon Alpha, $5. And Agent Future, $5. Yeah, oh my God, Agent Future, was that the super chat I missed? Star Trek Discovery is very bad and has zero respect for canon. The most mind-numbing aspect is the amount of money CBS is spending on Discovery budget. You are so right, Agent Future. $10 million an episode, verified. Okay, I talked to one of the lawyers who works for CBS All Access. That is a fact. 10 mil an episode for that shite. All right, so thank you for all the patrons, and please check us out all week. If you haven't subscribed to our Instagram, please check that out. It's Nerdrotic. We're going to be doing some fun videos from the Florida Comic-Con. We're going to be doing tons of live streams. Check our schedule at nerdrotic.com and go to our Facebook page and join our Facebook group if you'd like. I'm telling you to do a lot of stuff. You guys all have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to my rant about Doctor Who. I hope I didn't piss off too many of you, and I will see you all tomorrow to recap Doctor Who. All right. Take care, everybody. May the small folks sing songs of your greatness.